Hey guys, Bird Yu-Gi-Oh here, coming at you with another deck profile. Today we're doing one of my favorite, just like pure kind of OTK decks, Crusadia. It's a really fun deck. I've been playing it a lot lately online and stuff. Made a few changes from my last one of these. I think it was still like a few months ago. Made this actually even more going second to kind of combat the meta right now. So if you guys haven't subscribed already, make sure you do that. And we'll get right into this one. Starting off with our main kind of OTK enabler, and that's Maximus. Definitely have to play 3 of him. He is really good. Basically, so all the Crusadia monsters, effect monsters, you can special summon them from your hand in defense position to a zone a link monster points to. And you can do that more than once per turn. But when he's on the field, you can target one Crusadia link monster you control. And this turn, if it battles an opponent's monster, any battle damage is doubled. Other monsters you control cannot attack, so that's the only downside to it. But you're hopefully going to be targeting your Equimax right here, and then doubling its attack, and then attacking for game. Very easy to get into that combo, and just very easy to do. But he kind of enables all that. The next best one is going to be Draco. Draco is really good. You normally this is going to want to be like your second or third summon, because when this is summoned to a zone that a link monster points to, you can target one Crusadia card in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So a lot of times that'll be like Maximus, so that you can then summon him again when Equimax is on the field, and then have him double his attack. But yeah, really nice. He also enables you to even play the Guard Dragon engine in the extra deck, because he's a level 4 dragon type. I don't do it in this build, but you can definitely mess around with that. It is pretty cool still. And then we play 3 Arborea. She's mostly good because, well, one, she's a warrior, so she's searchable by reinforcement of the army, so the most searchable one basically. And then she's also a tuner, a level 3 tuner, so usually that's enabling you to go into some of your level 7 synchros. I'll show you those later on. But this card is good protection too. If it's in the graveyard and a Crusadia monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can just banish this card from your field or graveyard instead. Most of the time it's going to be in the graveyard, and you just banish it instead of them destroying like your Equimax or whatever you got on board. And then we play 3 Reclusia. This is kind of your potential like board breaker, I guess you can say. Again, all of these, they can special summon from your hand to a zone link monster points to, so very easy to get all these out. But if this card is normal or special summoned to a zone link monster points to, you could target one Crusadia card you control, you can target himself, and one card your opponent controls and destroy them. So that's really nice for, like I said, just getting rid of problem cards or breaking some boards potentially. And then the last Crusadia monster we play is 3 Leonis. Another very good one. Obviously, it's not as good as Draco or Maximus, but this could potentially, again, enable some more OTKs, because you can target one Crusadia link monster you control, and if it attacks a defensive position monster, you can inflict piercing battle damage. So say you have him and Maximus that both targeted an Equimax, he's got double attack and he's inflicting piercing. So that's nice. And then there's even a spell card that Revival, which can allow a link monster that you target to attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. So if they have some defense and attack position ones, you can be doing a lot of damage with both of those cards. And then the last kind of combo card we play is World Legacy World Crown. Just one of those. It's again one that you can special summon it from your hand to a zone link monster points to. And then the main reason I'm using it and like to use it is because it's got 2,000 attacks. So for cards like your Spatha, or your Equimax, they gain attack equal to the attack of a monster that they point to. So, you know, with World Legacy, World Crown, you're gaining 2,000, which is really nice sometimes. And again, just another way of linking up. That's what this deck obviously likes to do, is just go from a link 1 to a link 2, 3, 4, really easily. And then the main way you're going to be OTKing is by giving your opponent, because you have to basically be attacking a monster. So best way of doing that is giving them a kaiju, you know, getting rid of one of their problem cards. So we play a lot of kaijus. We play one Gamma Seal. He's your lowest attack one. He's the one you mostly want to be giving your opponent. We got one Humongous, one Godarla, one Radian, one Doggoran, and one Jizukiru. Basically just 6 kaijus. You can honestly do whatever you want. But yeah, that's what I'm playing, just to give a nice mix-up of different attack levels and all that. So, and then in addition to these, obviously these are great going second. We also are playing a bunch of hand traps, 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Effect Veiler, and 2 DD Crow. All of these are absolutely amazing. They're all very budget. DD Crow especially, I found I've just been really happy when I open up 1 or 2 of these. It's really helped a lot. But yeah, that is it for the monsters that we play. Quite a bit, because we are trying to link up into other monsters. For the spells, play 1 Revival. It's your field spell. All Crusadia Link monsters you control or on the field gain 500 attack. And then, like I said, you can target a Crusadia Link monster, and it can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. And just one of those. 1 Crusadia Power. This is really good protection because you target 1 Crusadia monster you control, and it is unaffected by card effects this turn except its own. So that's potentially really good against some back row heavy decks. And then 1 Crusadia Testament. This has a few effects that are decent. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to the activation of your Crusadia monster effects. And then after damage calculation, if your Crusadia Link monster destroys an opponent's monster in battle, you draw cards equal to your monster's Link rating. So usually it's going to be like 3 cards that you're going to be drawing. But yeah, so all of these have their uses. They're all extremely searchable. That's why you only play 1 of each, because Regulex is your Link 2, so you'll get to him pretty quick. And you can add any one of them to your hand if a monster's Link summoned to his zone. So I've only found I only need 1 of each of these. You could potentially play 2 Revival if you feel the need, but I never have. I don't even play Terraforming, so very easily searchable. And then with all those kaijus, I decided to play 2 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. I never really wanted 3. I felt it just clogged too much. You can only activate once per turn, but obviously it's very good for just clearing the board. 2 Called by the Grave, because this deck does search a lot, and you do want most of your effects to go through if at all possible, just for your full combo. Play 1 Mind Control. Going second, that should seem pretty obvious, and you could always use their monster very easily for your Link summoning. 1 Reinforcement of the Army to search your Arborea. 1 Monster Reborn to summon, just to link up into something. And then our last card is just the Crusadia Trap, or one of the Crusadia Traps. You can special summon this card as an effect monster with 2100 defense. And if this card is special summoned to a zone a Link monster points to, you can add 1 World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. So that's obviously a nice way an easy way of searching your World Crown. So gets a monster on board, plus gets a monster to hand. It's pretty nice. So that is it for the main deck. For our extra deck, our most important Link monster, basically, and the easiest one to get into, is Magius or Magius. Just requires 1 Crusadia monster, and it gains attack equal to the original attack of the monster it points to. But mostly why you're using it is because if an effect monster is special summoned to a zone he points to, which is down, you can add one Crusadia monster from your deck to your hand. So that's kind of your combo starter. It's your first card you obviously want to link into. And then the next one you want to go into is Regulex. If you special summon to a zone he points to, you can add one Crusadia Spell and Trap from your deck to your hand. And he's linked to, he points down and up. And then just one Spatha. Pretty cool link to as well. Just requires 2 effect monsters, including a Crusadia monster. So you can use, card your opponent controls and a Crusadia monster. Or, sorry, a card you mind controlled from your opponent. Or like a Kaiju or anything. But this card gains attack equal to the original attack of any monster it points to. Again, just like pretty much all of them. But once per turn, if an effect monster is special summoned to a zone he points to, you can target one monster in either player's main monster zone and move it to another main monster zone. So potentially, like say your opponent has a Kaiju that you gave them, and then you special summon a Jizukiru, you can then use Spatha to move it over, or say you summon like a World Legacy World Crown, you can then move it over to then be able to special summon even another Crusadia. So it kind of just opens up some more combo plays, some more ways of being able to get more than one Crusadia monster on the board, because normally you're only going to be able to get about one on the board. That just enables more to be on the board. And then our main kind of OTK card is Equimax. Again, it's going to gain attack equal to the number equal to the attack of all monsters it points to, which it points to, has 2 down pointing arrows. But this one's really nice because you can tribute, and it's a quick effect, you can tribute one Crusadia or World Legacy monster this card points to, and target one face-up card your opponent controls, negate its effects until the end of the turn. And his base attack is 2,000, so you can get him up pretty high. And then with, Maximus and all them, he's going to be your main OTK enabler. And then for the other really good links that we play all the Nightmares, Cerberus for getting rid of monsters, Phoenix, Spells and Traps, and Unicorn for just shuffling face-up monsters, or face-up cards into the deck, and just getting rid of them. And then since we play all them, it's only fair to play IP Masquerena. It's basically your best way of ending if you have to go first. Most of the time you just choose to go second and break their board, hopefully. But that's a way of either ending your board or just ending, putting up something going first. And then a couple cards that I really, really like that really help this deck out. Trisbania against any trap or spell heavy decks. There's a lot of back row. Because if a monster is special summoned to a zone this points to, which is incredibly easy with all of your Crusadia monsters, you're going to banish those monsters and then as many spell and traps on the field as possible. So you're just blowing up all the spell and traps on the field. Topologic Bomber, same kind of idea, except this is destroying all monsters in the main monster zone if a monster is special summoned to a zone. Really good. And he also, if this card attacks an opponent's monster, you inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So both of them are very easy to get to by just linking up into them, and then again, easy to get their effects off as well, because you can special summon to their zones very easy. And then we do have Arborea is a tuner, so decided to play 2 synchros. We got Black Rose Dragon, just for blowing up the board. That does come up. And then also Black Rose Moonlight. This is really good in any deck where you play Kaijus, and you can make a level 7 synchro, because if your opponent has a Kaiju, you make this card, you can then add that Kaiju back to your hand, and then use it again to get rid of another monster your opponent controls. So this can potentially help you get rid of 2 monsters extremely easily. And it's good against fusion decks as well, because if a level 5 or higher monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, you just target one special summon monster they control and return it to the hand. So like I said, that's mostly for Kaijus, but you can do it against a lot of fusion decks or other synchro decks. So that is the deck, guys. Again, it's a very, very fun OTK deck. This is very much going second. But yeah, if you guys haven't already, go and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.